Okay, a few minutes before the open here, I am almost ready to pass another eval. Okay, so I've got one eval just needs a couple $100. I've got this one needs another 2,300, and this new PA I haven't started. This new PA I already almost failed. I picked up, what was it, like $150 on it today, or $120 or something? I forget. Or no, it was I lost 120 yesterday. I picked up uh, what was it today? 90 something, I think. I don't remember. I don't know. Busy day today. I don't even remember. It wasn't much though, but I basically got it back to where I was the other day. I was down to I think 520 the other day, and then I lost like 120. So yeah, I think today I maybe made like 90 or $100 on this. But fail point is 48,000. So I've basically only got about $400 underneath me, $500 underneath me. I usually don't try too hard on these when I'm almost failing. Uh, I'll usually just let them fail, but we'll see if I can get some profit back and build it back up again without failing it. I'm not trying to fail it on purpose, obviously, but if a trade goes bad on one of those, I usually just let them go bad. But yeah, I took a little stop the other day for like 120, and then today took a couple of little winners. I should have let the second one that I had. I should have let it run. I had a nice short. I saw the short setting up earlier today with lower high here. I was playing on the ES on my PA. I usually play the ES to be more cautious on the PA. So when I saw this lower high up here, what is that, about 9 in the morning, we set up this lower high. We had pushed with the announcement at the CPI. We pushed, and then they rejected it pretty much right away. And then right at the open, not much buying, and starts selling right at the open. And then I caught a long in here and made some money in here. But over here, I did it over here on I made money on my eval. I think I made about $1,000 on the eval today. I took, I think about 8 micros from down in here. I think it was, actually, let me just, go ahead and show the markers. So here it is. It's this stuff. Oh yeah, that's right. I tried with the CPI. I got a little bit with the CPI. And oh yeah, I tried a couple of times. That's right. It looks like a whole bunch of entries, but it's really 2 separate trades here. I got in a couple of times and got back out. Locking in, I like to lock them in. I think I might have actually done 3 tries to get this in here. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, just trying to catch something off the pullback down here. And actually, let me just do markers. Just trying to catch the pullback in here. I had a good sense that the sellers weren't going to get too strong. They had wicked in here. When I saw this wick right away bouncing off of VWAP, ES in the similar time. This is that 6:30 open. ES in that similar time was doing lows, and it was more bearish than the NQ. It broke the lows a little sooner than, I think, 7:05. It's breaking that CPI candle there on the ES, and you got to go over here to, it was 7:20 before the NQ broke this CPI low area. So yeah, in the morning ES was a little more bearish, but ES had a nice this wick here, popped it up, had some volume on that wick. That was a good wick. And then they immediately reject that flush, but then they wick again, and buyers start stepping up again. No strong selling off of this wick. They had decent volume on this wick, but no strong selling really. And so once it started to bounce in here, I was over here on the NQ, and I was more interested in the bounce on the NQ. The NQ was more bullish. ES is sitting down below VWAP. NQ was holding. It had bounced perfectly off of VWAP. So I pretty much ignored ES in the morning and just played the NQ over here, and caught some stuff down here that I get stopped out, tried a couple times, and then it's popping up again, and I get in here and try again, and I got a little bit more out of that one, and closed it up in here for, like I said, I think I ended up about 1,200 total on the day. I'd only made like 100 something over here on, I think I had one micro over here on the CPI announcement, so I was only up like 100 something, and then I'd made like a couple hundred in here, so I had like about 300 or 250, I think it was. Yeah, it was about 250, I think, and then I think I made right at 1,000 as it went up, so I ended up about like 1,200 for the day. So that was, I was satisfied with that already. I'd had a good day with that already, so then I came over to the ES and took a trade on this PA. So I had this one early in the morning, didn't get much from that. Got stopped out pretty quick on that. I think this was actually two separate tries to catch the bounce on this later 8:30. Came over here and tried to catch this bounce and didn't get much, got stopped out. I almost re-entered on this stop here. I remember this one in particular because it was holding that EMA pretty good. It wicked pretty good. It had volume down here on this. That made me feel pretty confident about some longs were going to come in. They had the big volume candle. They had the big wick rejection. So I was pretty confident about some buyers coming in, started getting in. But I should have re-entered on this stop. I was thinking about it too as I had locked in my profit. I thought about it. I was like, if this thing bounces, I'm going to go ahead and re-enter. And I should have, because it just took right off. It literally bottom ticked my stop and just took right off again. So that was got to follow my instincts kind of. I do that sometimes, kind of second guess myself, and I'm not too sure. It wasn't breaking through VWAP yet, but I was pretty confident about this wick. This wick had me looking for buyers for sure. So yeah, I could have held on for more there. I could have re-entered and got back in since I got stopped out, but you know, take what you can get. I was good on that. And then here at the end of the day, I was late to this. I saw it happening. I was going to get it actually down here, but then I got busy and got distracted. And by the time I looked up, it was already up in here. But yeah, I caught a little bit of this as it's going up for the end of the day here. I kind of thought they might do a short squeeze at the end of the day, so I was actually looking for that, especially with the way they pushed it down real quick right before the end of the day, this 12:30 dip. This had stopped my wife. My wife was long and she'd gotten stopped out, and I had a feeling, I was like, as soon as it stops her out, this thing's gonna bounce, and it pretty much was. I think she got stopped right here at 69.80, and this thing just bounced right after that. And I wanted to get in, but I waited, got distracted, and then, like I said, when I got here, a little bit too late, and didn't get much out of it, but it is what it is. Got a little bit of profit on the day on the PA, so at least it was a green day. Yeah, I got to push this PA, and if it fails, hopefully this eval will be ready to fill that slot right away. And I'm going to push on a couple other PAs to try to get past that drawdown. I hate the trailing drawdown. That part really does, it really does psych me out mentally. I still struggle with that part, but once I get past the trailing drawdown, I have a few of my PAs are past the trailing drawdown, and it does just mentally make me feel like I'm just, it's like normal trading. It's more like normal trading, it feels like, even though I know I still I still have to have my risk management and my stops and all that stuff. It's a better feeling to have the trailing drawdown stopped than to always be thinking about, yeah, this thing's up $200. I really don't want to let that go back. I'd much rather be able to sit on them and be patient and let bigger plays play out, let bigger trades play out, rather than always trying to. I end up always scalping. I'm always scalping with these the evaluations and the PA accounts. When I first start the PAs, I'm always scalping and just looking for quick profits, get in and get out. I'm not trying to be patient on these things. It's just every time I've tried to be patient on these PAs and evals, I end up taking big losses, and the patience rarely ever pays off. So it has paid off, of course, sometimes, but rarely. So I usually prefer, let me get in and get out. I've gotten pretty good at spotting the reversals, the trend, going with the trend when you have to, spotting the reversal times when you're in the choppy times. I've gotten better about adapting to that, and yeah, we haven't had very good trending for several days now, so I'm not really looking for trend trades when it's just been choppy days. I'm looking more to sell the highs and buy the lows, but we were kind of stair stepping up, so I was kind of long biased today. I've been long biased most of 2025. I was long biased, but you know, when you see those lower highs and lower lows, you know, I'll take a short if it looks strong enough. If it's lower highs and lower lows, you know, I'll take a short sometimes. But I had to go to work. I was working during all this stuff here and missed the whole thing. And then by the time I got back for the end of the day, I didn't want to short the bottom, obviously, and I wasn't looking to buy the bottom. I was waiting for you got to wait for as I've heard some guys say it, Jason Shapiro and some of these other guys that I've heard say it, I'd rather buy the bounce after the bottom rather than trying to pick the bottom. I'd rather wait for it looks like it's doing an actual bounce after the bottom. Like one guy said, I'd rather buy the right side of the V. If you're over here on the left side trying to predict, oh, I think this is the bottom and I'm going to buy this low down here because I think it's going to hold from this previous low down here, this is where you get bam. Especially guys trading minis, they'll get stopped out on these kind of moves. So even though I'm trading micros and I have a pretty big stop on my ESPA account, when I'm on this PA account trading the ES, I'll have a 20. I run that's the ATM here is a 20 point. So as soon as I enter, it's a 20 point stop and a 20 point winner right off the bat. And I'll usually actually slide it down a little bit and make it a little. I might even make it a 25 or a 30 point stop, especially just one micro. So even if I'm running big stops like that, though, I still like to be careful and wait for the market to show. Especially if you're coming towards the end of the day, you don't have a lot of time, and the market pretty much dies after 1 p.m. There's not going to be much action after 1 p.m. So if you're going to get in like this kind of stuff here, I'm usually not looking to hold it. It's usually just a quick scalp. A lot of these trades will be 10 seconds to a couple of minutes, just to catch that momentum as they're squeezing and pushing up at the end of the day. They do that a lot, especially it's been sort of going down all day. It kind of broke the low right at the end of the day. This is like a perfect time to look for that bounce at the end of the day, and they squeeze the shorts at the end. So I don't know if it's going to continue on bullish this afternoon going into the Asian Open. I don't really have a bias right now. I don't really see anything. We've been just chopping for days. So it could go up, we could go down, who knows. I'm just looking for some good wicks, looking for some good volume, looking for some good orders on the book. The book map, see where the orders are on the book map. Right now the orders do look a little better above on the NQ. Bring that over. So it's kind of hard to see in this screen here. don't know why this book map looks, it looks quite a bit different when I bring it over to my big 50-inch. This is my 50-inch TV here that I do everything on. But when it's on my laptop, it looks a bit different. But yeah, the book map is 57 down there, but you got 67, 57, 38 right in the group going back up into that 925. So here in the short term, we might be pushing up into this 920, 930 area, but the book's pretty thin going up until you get all the way back up here, this 26,000 up here. And then going down, you got 25.8 has big order, 84 down there, but it's thin down here. So I don't know. Nothing I'm seeing makes me have any kind of real direction. I don't know, they're sort of stacking a little bit in here too. Yeah, it's a thin book though, afternoon. There's not much in the book. So looking for any big standout orders, but nothing really showing. On the ES though, it looks like there's a few consistent 130, 130, 130, 100. So ES looks like it's got a little bit more weight to the upside, a little bit more orders to the upside on the ES. So I'm not too sure how things are gonna play out. There we go. Now it says that thing had messed up the sizing on the book map. I couldn't get the top. There we go. Now I got the top. Okay. So yeah, ES and NQ still just chopping around. We don't have much range. We don't have much volume. Only 4,000 contracts in the first 12 minutes. The NQ can easily do 10, 20,000 contracts in the first 15 minutes if it's a good, good initial push at the open here in the afternoon. So this is pretty low volume for this time. But Asia Open, I'm usually waiting for 5 p.m. here Pacific. Asia Open is usually the first kind of volume showing up here in the afternoon, evening market time when I'm watching. So in this slow time when it's just choppy like this, I might try to just buy the bottom, sell the top. It doesn't usually make a huge range, but sometimes you'll get these low volume, slow afternoons that it'll just grind up or grind down to. So I don't want to just jump to a conclusion, oh, it's chopping or oh, it's grinding. I need to just wait a bit and see what it's going to do. So I'll probably wait till the Asia Open and see if it's still a chop fest or if they're showing any kind of intention at the Asia Open. Yeah, they're already buying this up off of that. They're holding the 25,900 on the ES, and they look like they might be trying to hold the 7,000 on the MNQ. They got 25,900 ES, trying to hold 7,000. It looks like. So We might have some buyers stepping up. They bounce that back up pretty quick. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Just gonna take a break on the trading and try again later when Asia opens. We'll see how the market looks.